Hello, this is teddygaming. Welcome back to another preview video, and in this one we're going to be looking at the tmnt, the Saturday Morning Adventures Continue issue number 1. So yeah, this feels a bit weird because I haven't done a preview video in quite a while, and especially to go back to the 87 world, so it's going to be weird, but yeah, this is the first issue of an ongoing series, which is also going to be really interesting because with recent things that happened with IW, it's going to be unique with how far you know, that like the series goes on for, but you know, it is what it is, so yeah. Okay, so taking a look at this first page, we do get to see these two people driving down the road, and they have these canisters in the back, which one of them is, which basically bounces off because of this old guy that comes out pretty much nowhere, and the canister bounces around and goes straight down into the sewers, and it sort of is like replicating the things that happened with issue number 1, the Mirage comics, where the canister came out and went down the drain, and you know the rest with turtles and stuff like that. So then going into the next page, where we do get to see the Rat King, which I must admit is really great because I do think that the A7 version of Rat King might be one of the best versions of Rat King we've ever gotten, and yeah. So we do get to see that the Rat King is sitting on his throne with all the rats giving him stuff and saying basically everything that the people have thrown out is basically his treasures now, and he's the richest person in the sewers. So yeah, and that's when the rats do bring over this canister to him. So then in the next page we do get to see that this, so basically Rat King holds up the canister to his face, and the canister breaks open, and it's like blue, like air mist or something comes out of it, and it goes all over him. And the Rat King asked for, and he basically asked for the rats to go bring him a towel. And that's when he realizes that basically none of the rats are actually like doing what he asked, and they're not really doing anything that he said, and now they're running away and stuff like that. But he did say to them, "Come to me at once," which that did lead onto the turtles. So in this page, we do get to see the turtles come back from like a pizza run or something like that. And after this, we do get to see, or do get to find out, basically, you know, that turtles are still a person graffitiing just because, you know, Lino has a concern maybe that maybe this might lead into a crime wave or something like that. So yeah, this definitely does feel like a 80s book where like trying to stop people from getting into crime, but it does feel a bit out of date, but at the same time, it really does feel so in line with these versions of Turtles so much. And yeah, so that's when Mikey says basically he knows what the time is because, and just because all Turtles are trying to get back in time to go watch April's news report, and doesn't really think that Mikey's like clock thing works because he's using his stomach. And that's when they do get to hear that Rat King's asking them to come to him. So in the next page, you do get to see all the Turtles wondering like because all of them heard the voice, and so wondering where it was, and that's when they do get hypnotized by Rat King's voice, just like how the rats would. So that's when the Turtles are going off to go after him, and Mikey doesn't really leave the pizza behind. He goes back for it, you know, because he's Mikey, what do you expect? So then in the next page, we do get to see all the rats are running off. And I must admit, I do like Rat King's little picture of him just like crying in a way. You know, it's it's amazing. He's Rat King. So that's when he so that's when he just goes for Turtles are there, and he's all like really confused by it because basically it's his domain and stuff like that. And that's when the Turtles reveal basically like he called them to him. And that's pretty much where we do leave off with this preview page. And I must admit, overall, this does give me really high hopes because Rat King is already a big way for me to get really hyped for this stuff. Rat King is arguably one of the best villains from Turtles. 87 Rat King, maybe one of the best versions of Rat King, and it's just amazing. And I must admit with this art style, even though it's Tim Latty who's doing the first 2 issues for this series, I must admit it does look really great, but with the colours, unfortunately it's not done by Sarah Myers anymore, which is unfortunate. But we do have a new artist, or no, oh god, we do have a new colourist and it's going to come in, and it's going to be colouring it, and it really does give me a lot of like 80s kind of vibe, which I must admit is really great. But at the same time, I don't know if that's just because how low quality the pictures are that I'm showing you, so it may be a bit of both. But if they do use the colours for the actual final product, then I do think that this is really working in its favour, as it's giving me a lot of the 80s kind of things which are like associated with the Turtles. So yeah. So then going into the next bit, we do have the description for this one, which is also really interesting. So the description is, the tmnt Saturday Morning Adventures continues in our first multi-part adventure. After an accidental encounter with an unknown element in the sewers of a city, the Rat King finds his ability to control the hearts and minds of rodents is waning. But in its place he finds the ability to control the reptile life, which will totally make things harder for the heroes and harsher to grab a bowl of cereal and be there for part 1 of the Turtle King. So yeah, I must admit the actual title for this story is interesting. Turtle King. I don't really know what to really say of it. Is there? It's somewhat good, but somewhat just, yeah, I don't know really. But yeah, I must admit overall, the description does sound really good for this issue, and does sound like a type of story that you would expect to see from the 87 Turtles. So it's good. Okay, so for the covers, we do have cover A, which is done by Tim Latty, which I must admit, it looks really great. I know that, like, in my interview, he said basically he wants to have, like, the first issue cover to be, like, a big splash cover, and be, like, a big standout one, which I must admit, looking at this cover here, yeah, I can definitely tell that it is a definitely a big splash cover, as, yeah, it's just Turtles coming out all at once, and just a big bang, and it looks amazing. We do have cover B, which is done by Dan Shun, I think it is, and I must admit this one does look really cool. I do like the art style for this cover. Now, this artist who's doing the cover for this one is also going to be doing the art style for the for the rest of the issue. Or no, oh god, not for the rest of the issue, for the rest of the series. Which I must admit, I do like the art style, and I can't wait to see like the actual issue for his stuff. We do have a cover done by Sarah Myers, which I must admit looks amazing. Just, yeah, it's 87 Rat King. What more can I say? It's just perfect. We do have a 1 in 10 variant, which is done by Michael Dooney, I think it is. And yeah, it looks really cool. Really great to see like the old Turtle artists come back and do the covers. You know, I don't really too much to really say about this one. It's just for Turtles construction sites. I would prefer this one to like play a bit more into like the story elements, but it's not, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and it does look really cool with what they're doing for it. We do have the same one again, but without any text, so you know, it is what it is, I guess. If you do have this one, which I don't really like the look of this one, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I think that because it's a bit too realistic in a way, and it doesn't really capture the vibe and essence of the 87 Turtles, it's giving me like a little more, you know, like modern type of vibes, where everything like looking grittier, darker, and all the Turtles being more action, stuff like that. It really doesn't capture the 87 side of the Turtles too much, but you know, it is what it is. And then we do have this final one, in there. I think this one's an online exclusive, which I must admit is really disappointing. But I must admit this one, again, also playing into the story elements, which I must admit is really great. And I don't really have too much to really say about this one. This one looks really great. My only complaint about this one is the fact that it's an online exclusive, which I think is really disappointing, as they're like really limiting like the amount of people who are about to actually pick this one up. But you know, other than that, I do think that this art style is really great. But yeah, I must admit, like, the two covers which I really want to get is this one, because the art style is amazing, and this one looks really amazing because Sarah Myers did it, and just amazing. But you know, 87 Rat King, what more can I say? This one looks really great as well, but there's no 87 Rat King. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Are you looking forward to this one? Are you not? And stuff like that. Which cover will you be picking up? Because I've got a few which I really want to pick up because 87 Rat King. But yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today, guys. If you doesn't, please share, let's just grab more stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.